Here back with another reaction video. This time we're reacting to Battle of Geronium 217 BC, Hannibal Part 10, Second Punic War by History March. Now, if you haven't seen my reaction to the other episodes in this series, I suggest you check them out before checking this one out. So that'll give you a better idea of how this series is going. So anyway, the usual disclaimer when I react to anything historical, if I don't show so much as what's considered a proper reaction, is probably obvious that I don't know much about the subject at hand, and if I do know anything or got any useful input, I'll most likely pause the video and give my input or ask any curious questions, which hopefully will be answered in the comments below. Sorry about that, just getting comfy for a big lad. Anyway, so the link to the original video will be in the description down below. Please go and subscribe to History March, check out their channel, support them as best you can. And without further ado, let's get this up on the screen and let's get into this.
Before we continue with Hannibal's journey, we have a recommendation for the fans of the channel.
Oh man, that came on so loud through my speakers and made me jump. Oh. Right, let's get back into this.
For those of you who would like to create a history website, look no further than Zyro, a new for all Zyro website builder plans.
Alright, check out their sponsor if you want to. Wow. Of course, these two are going at each other.
Just as the sun rose up.
Yeah, because if you remember from the last episode, these two generals were in conflict with each other, which didn't help Fabius's position that the Senate were more in favor of Minucius. Sorry, I just had a total brain fart there. Minucius's aggressive approach, rather than Fabius's more cautious approach to dealing with Hannibal. But so far, Minucius looks like he's starting to have the upper hand on Hannibal. But when it comes to Hannibal, that could all change. But let's see what happens.
Over the plain beneath Geronium, the guards woke up Minucius.
Wow.
Hannibal was just outside the camp.
Wow.
For the second time, Hannibal positioned himself on the ridge, from where he could observe all activities of the Roman camp. Minucius was not about to allow him to control the engagement.
Wow.
The Romans advanced confidently, having previously driven Hannibal back from the same ridge and forced him to retreat to his main camp. Minucius was now determined to finish the job.
Okay.
But this time, Hannibal was ready.
Oh yeah. There's the sun.
As the Roman light infantry crashed into the Carthaginian line, it seemed like their push will again drive back the enemy. But just as his men began giving ground, Hannibal reinforced the line with troops hiding just beyond the ridge. Minucius responded by sending the Roman and allied cavalry up the hill. From his vantage point, it seemed that the Carthaginians have just about enough men to hold off his light infantry, and he was determined to break the stalemate. But as the Roman cavalry closed in, Hannibal called upon his Numidian and Spanish riders, who poured over the ridge. What seemed until now like another skirmish
looks like Hannibal's matching him move for move.
Turned into a proper battle. Outnumbered, the Roman line quickly lost ground and was pushed back down the hill. With his cavalry fully engaged, Minucius was now unable to scout the battlefield for potential ambushes. Nevertheless, he ordered his legions forward, fearing that his troops in the front will get overrun. However, what the Roman general didn't realize is that he was sending his men straight into a trap.
Wow.
During the previous night, Hannibal led 5,000 Libyans and up to 1,000 cavalry, dispersing his men in groups of 200 to 300, ordering them to conceal themselves in the ravines, hollows, stream beds and tree lines to the north and south of the ridge. The skill and discipline of Hannibal's troops was evident in the flawless execution of this potentially dangerous operation. And now, as Minucius's heavy infantry advanced up the hill, they collided with the overwhelmed Roman cavalry and light infantry, losing their cohesion. At that moment, Hannibal signaled his concealed troops to attack.
Yep, Minucius is outflanked.
Across the river to the north and the ravines to the south, Libyan infantry and cavalry leapt forward. Some 3 kilometers away, Fabius could see that another disaster was looming. Left with no choice but to help the embattled troops, he ordered his men forward. Back in the valley, thousands of Roman troops were being mauled in yet another perfectly executed ambush. The sequence and timing of events over the past 24 hours, all planned and orchestrated by Hannibal, so as to lure Minucius into sending his cavalry early on in the battle, thereby depriving him of the ability to scout the vast battlefield, which prevented him from discovering the hidden Carthaginian troops, ultimately resulting in his entire army being ambushed.
Yeah, he's completely circled.
By now, many Romans gave up and fled, fearing another full encirclement. Seeing Fabius marching down towards the valley, Hannibal reportedly said, "That cloud on the mountains has broken into a storm at last."
Wow.
Finishing off those who weren't able to escape, Hannibal ordered his troops not to pursue, turning his army back towards the main camp. He did not want a battle of attrition against a numerically superior enemy, half of which were rested troops, while his own troops grew tired after hours of fighting. Having defeated the Romans yet again, Hannibal began settling in for the winter at Geronium. Meanwhile, the humiliated Minucius returned supreme command to Fabius, hailing him as his father as a show of respect. Fabius, for his part, reinstated Minucius as his second in command, treating him with utmost consideration. As the year drew to a close, the Roman army stayed at a respectful distance from the Carthaginians, though sporadic skirmishes between scouting parties and foragers continued throughout the winter.
Wow.
Meanwhile, in Spain, the Roman strategy of putting more pressure on Carthage continued, as the Scipio brothers pushed south of the Ebro for the first time, successfully persuading a handful of Iberian tribes to join the Roman cause. This caused grave concern for the Carthaginian authorities, who sought to restore their popularity with the tribes by organizing the return of the hostage children belonging to the tribal nobility, until now held at Saguntum to keep the Iberians loyal. The Punic commander of the city entrusted an influential Iberian noble, Abelox, with returning the hostage children to their parents. However, in a stroke of luck for the Romans, Abelox instead brought the children to them as gifts and was handsomely rewarded. The Scipio brothers subsequently took it upon themselves to return the children to several tribal leaders, taking credit for their rescue. This resulted in massive support for the Roman cause from the Iberian tribes between Saguntum and the Ebro. Back in Italy, Fabius's 6-month term expired, and the Senate did not renew his dictatorial powers, giving temporary command to consuls Servilus Geminus and Marcus Attilis Regulus until the following elections resumed in just a few months' time.
Excuse me.
And now, as the year 216 BC rolled around, a Roman army of unprecedented size was being raised.
Wow.
As the Senate prepared to mount a major effort to engage and destroy Hannibal once and for all. Credit goes to our awesome patrons who make videos like this one possible. Consider joining them to support our work. You can also...
Sorry, just read these out. Quintus Fabius Maximus was greatly revered by later generations as the man who saved Rome by avoiding battle, giving the Republic a breathing space to recover from the defeats at Trebia and Trasimene and rebuild its strength.
So support us by subscribing to our channel and clicking the bell button to get notified when our new videos are released. And
the Roman Senate resolved mounting a major effort for the campaigning season 216 BC. Gaius Terentius Varro and Lucius Aemilius Pallas would be elected consuls, each given a double-sized army to destroy Hannibal.
As always, thank you for watching.
Just waiting to see if there are any more pops. Both armies will remain in winter quarters until Hannibal moved towards Cannae in 216 BC. Okay, there's no more. Oops. Should help. So anyway, this has been another interesting video by History March, and this has been quite one of the most interesting series on any historical YouTube channel. So there's not much more I can say. So by the looks of it, the tide will soon turn against Hannibal by the looks of things, but I could be wrong. So anyway, if you like this reaction, please like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next